Hi, I'm Alison Tay, the Editor-in-Chief of Grazia Middle East, and as you all know, we love a girl boss, and I'm here today in Dubai with Mona Kattan, Global President and Co-founder of Huda Beauty.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you, and I've always loved you so much, and I'm so happy to be sharing everything about White Flower with you.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
We're here today to celebrate the launch of the new Kayali perfume,
Yes.
Déjà Blue
Yes.
White Flower. And congratulations on it being sold out at the Dubai Mall.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are so excited. It sold out in Dubai Mall and Déjà City Center already in just 2 days. So we've exceeded expectations with this. And I think for us, it's kind of like a relaunch of Kayali because the first year we're still trying to get ourselves familiar with the industry. It's such a different ball game compared to Huda Beauty. So for me, this is really like year one. And I'm so excited for 2020. We have so many launches coming, and this is definitely my favorite fragrance we've ever launched so far.
Oh, well, I've noticed that the hashtag is every layer of me.
Yes.
And here at Grazia, we love a challenge. So today we'd like to explore more layers of Mona Kattan.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I thought you were going to test me with like perfume. I was like, I'm ready. Next time.
Next time, yeah. For episode 2.
Yes, let's do it.
The February issue of Grazia is devoted to self-love. I really wanted
love that.
Thank you. I really wanted to do something different and challenge the messages that we all get. And I really believe that the journey to find yourself is just as important as, say, the journey of finding the one.
Absolutely. Oh, maybe even more.
Yep.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Because you can't really find the one if you don't find yourself first.
No, I absolutely agree. How important is self-love in the beauty industry?
I think it's so important, and I think that we're finally realizing it's even more important than we thought it was. I think that we've just touched the surface with self-love, and I think that we're all going a bit deeper and just finding out how much it's going to make you not only appear more beautiful, but it'll make you feel more beautiful and more kind. And I think that when you love yourself, you're able to give love to other people, and that's the true beauty of life. So. Not to go cheesy, but I always do. But I just feel like when you really feel loved, you're a much more beautiful person, even if you don't look like the industry standards of beauty. You know, it's just like it's how you feel that defeats everything else.
No, I completely agree. Now, Huda Beauty as a brand has always led with authenticity. Showing your vulnerability and your imperfections, I believe, has played such an important part in your success.
Thank you.
How did you find the courage to challenge what was at the time a received perception of what we're all meant to look like, how we're meant to act, how we're meant to come across when the brand was just in its infancy?
Well, I think because we started out as a blog, it was about keeping it real. It was about like showing your imperfections and your challenges and sharing it with your followers and having them talk about theirs. And it was like really about building a community. And I think because, we actually never even took advertising on the blog till to date. So I think it was always like we didn't have a beauty brand telling us how to dictate what we have to say or do. Like sometimes it's a bit challenging. So for us, it's always been like, these are real problems, these are real people, this is what people are asking about. And that was the only content we knew to talk about, was what people were asking for. So it always just remained very authentic to our problems and our followers' problems. And I'm sure like even with yourself with Grazia, like this is what you do, like people are probably asking you about their imperfections, and like you have to go deep now. I think things are changing even in the media industry. So for us, it was like that's how Huda Beauty was born. So we've just kept that DNA very strong, and we never even thought to not do it that way, if you know what I mean. It's like because it was super organic and it just started from being a community source, it's just evolved that way. And I think now the whole world is catching up.
Absolutely.
And I think social media has played a huge part in that for everyone. So I think it was timing, and it was the way we were born, just off of a community that just kept it super real.
What motivates you and drives you to continue to take risks in this way?
If I'm honest, I feel like that's what really satisfies our souls. It's like to be able to be bold, to be authentic, to be real. I feel like that drives us. So I just feel like if we had to fake it, it just wouldn't feel right anymore. And I think we've always trusted our gut, and it's always been about, making an impact. And, for us, like even now, like we always say, like, what is why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we continuing? It's really to create a huge impact in the industry and help everybody change the way they speak to consumers and the way they speak to people, you know, because we all need to celebrate every part of ourselves, whether it's perceived as beautiful or not, and it needs to change. Everything should be beautiful. We are all beautiful, and we need to, you know, radiate our beauty from within. So I think that we just want to continue making an impact, and that drives the courage.
Oh, lovely. Now, I hear you start your day by meditating and counting your blessings.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your self-love rituals.
So, I mean, that's definitely a huge part of it. So I've been meditating for a long time. I pray also. I try to pray 5 times a day. But I think just prayer and thinking about all the things that you have to be grateful for, it attracts more amazing things into your life. And I know for myself personally, every time I do this, my life's always on track, and every time I stop, somehow everything just goes haywire. So I really do believe in the law of attraction, and of course I am a very spiritual person, so I believe in, you know, the more grateful you are, the more you're given in life. You know, and I always think about it myself. I'm like, even when people say thank you to something, doesn't it just make you want to give them more? So it just reminds me to always be grateful. I also think beauty and perfume is a big part of self-love. Like for me, putting on my fragrance during the day, I feel like that's self-love, and I even wear it to bed, and that's a self-love ritual for me because it makes me feel good when I go to sleep. It makes me feel sexy. It makes me feel like I've invested in myself. So that's definitely one. On all my free time, I really love to watch YouTube videos on self-love, mental health, personal development. I've always been into it since I was 13, which is like, it was when I went through my first kind of depression. It was when I moved from Tennessee to Massachusetts, and I was really like questioning life and like, why do we do what we do, and how can we make ourselves feel good when we're not feeling good, and why do we feel bad? So I really got fascinated with psychology then, and I became obsessed with Tony Robbins, and I'm still obsessed with him. But I think now, again, just because of the power of social media, there's so many amazing people who are inspiring people to love themselves more. Jay Shetty's another one who I love so much. And many other great ones, but it's great. I love that. I get massages too. I love getting massages. That's a ritual. I need to get like a massage once a week. And I train 5-6 times a week now. Again, I think that's self-love, like taking care of your health, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. Like those are all areas you can't neglect a single one of them.
No, I agree. Will we see your love of spirituality come through in the product at some point?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I loved Mercury retrograde, but
yes,
it's so clear from spending time with you that journaling, meditation, and finding peace is as important to you.
It's so important, and I think it's also very important that I encourage other people to do that too, because I think that's how we kind of spread world peace, not to get too cheesy again, but I feel like if you make other people love themselves more and work on themselves more and just find peace more, it's just a domino effect, and it's so contagious. So it's definitely something that I'm going to work on really hard for 2020. I'm starting my YouTube channel. I actually filmed a video last week, so I'm going to start working on more content just on, you know, a lot of things I'm interested in. So of course I'll be covering beauty, but a huge part will also be mental health and just personal development. So it's something I'm really excited about. But I am exploring something special for Kayali as well, which is really innovative and interesting. So for 2021, so it'll be really fun.
We'll look forward to being the first to find out about
it.
Of course. Now, for those who've yet to experience it, the new Kayali transports you back to your most treasured memories and makes you dream of the future.
Yes, it does.
So what are your most treasured memories, and what are your dreams for the future?
To be super honest, my most treasured memories are super simple. It's my family and just like having yummy food and eating together and just spending time together. A lot of times it's just like I'll transport back to like just having a barbecue and sitting with my family, and there's sunshine, there's good music on, like super simple. So Jasmine, the specific note, Jasmine just really reminds me of my youth, because My parents both loved jasmine. It was always around, whether it was like just a bottle of fragrance my mom had, or even jasmine flowers. So that to me is just very like cocooning and safe. It just gives me really good memories of happiness. So that's why we used a lot of jasmine in Déjà Vu. And for me, it just makes me feel happy. And the future is really just about using my voice and my power to impact as many people as I can to help love themselves more and just develop themselves more and just spread love.
I love the new perfume.
Yay!
I particularly love the white nectarine at the top. That was my personal favourite.
Yay, I'm so happy.
But something that really stood out for me was that you made sure there was an element of sustainability. Would you like to tell us more about that?
Yes, so I really care about the environment, and it's something that I've been passionate about forever, and it still is something that kind of keeps me up at night. You know, just being in the beauty industry, it's a very polluting industry, and it's something that we need to change. So for me, working with sustainable partners was a huge part of developing Kayali. So Firmenich, they've been incredible. They work with all of the different fields that they take raw ingredients from, and they work on sustainability programs. So if they pick plants or if they pick jasmine or whatever the ingredient is, they make sure that they are planting it back, and that they're also making sure that they are offering them a sustainable value for the commodity, because it fluctuates so much. So they really take care of their partners, and they develop the economies, they help build schools, hospitals. So they're just very conscious, which I definitely was over the moon when I found that out. They're also, you know, one of the only family-owned businesses, fragrance houses at that size. So I just think that they're really putting in a lot more thought into everything they do, which is just, it's very similar to our ethos as well at Huda Beauty. So their partnership has been an incredible one, and I'm very grateful that they have a similar mindset.
No, I think it's so important. You can't put any products onto the market without having this conversation.
No, absolutely. I mean, the next step, I would really love to find more solutions just for packaging, but I love that, you know, at least we're not depleting natural resources, because that's a huge issue for every industry, but especially for beauty. It's like, what's going to happen when there's no more, you know, specific roses? You know, what are we going to do? We're not going to have that anymore for fragrance. We're not going to have it for the world, which is sad. So we don't want to be irresponsible.
Well, thank you for being such an inspiring role model.
Oh my
to our
gosh,
audience.
thank you.
Is
You're
it-
so inspiring. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Is it as easy as you make it look?
Do I make it look easy?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, no, it's really hard. And every day is a lot of work, lots of pressure, lots of stress. But I think because there's so much purpose put into every single thing that we do, that's what keeps me going, you know? I just think about being a role model for kids and for young girls and boys, and just, I want people to see that whatever they put their minds to, they can do something amazing, and they don't have to take shortcuts, you know? I think a huge part of what keeps us going is just knowing that we have a positive impact, you know, because initially it was just the challenge and the excitement of like creating goals and achieving it that was like so fulfilling, but now it's so much deeper than that. And it's like really just hoping that we're changing the future of the industry to make it more inclusive and more individual, but also just to teach people, you know, young women, young men, that if you have a dream and you stick to it and you just work really hard and put passion into it, you can change your world and everybody's world. So that keeps me going when it's crazy.
You have a multi-billion-dollar business, the first Facebook TV show, and a fragrance empire. Where do you see this adventure taking you next?
Well, for Huda Beauty, we are launching skincare this year, which is super, super exciting. It's going to be on the 7-year anniversary of when we launched Huda Beauty, so we're super pumped. That's been one of Huda's passion projects for years. She's obsessed with skincare. So that's something very important for the company. For myself personally, my next big chapter, I think, will just be working on more meaningful content, and that's like just sharing my experience with self-development and mental health and things like that. So I just really want to try and help people as much as I can. Like, I am a person who has like a helper's high. Like, when I help people, it just gives me a rush. So I just want to do more of that.
Incredible.
Yeah, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. Maybe I can
seeing
have
it
you
all
on my
play
YouTube
out.
channel. We can talk about some really spiritual, like meditation stuff.
I would love nothing more.
I'd love that too.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Mona,
so
for joining
much.
us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.